Well, greetings and salutations, one and all, to the Super Review Show's mixed bag coming to you live once again from two caves tonight, as always. I am joined by my esteemed panelist, Bill Murphy. What's going on, Bill?
What's going on, folks? And happy Thanksgiving Eve to everyone.
Yes, happy Thanksgiving to all of our American listeners and viewers out there. Or if you celebrate Thanksgiving in general, this is for you.
And unfortunately, not to our Canadian listeners, because your Thanksgiving was last month.
There we go.
But
Yes.
okay. There's only two of us tonight. Justin got fired.
Yeah, we fired Justin. Allie's on the edge of being fired. No, we're
No,
just
no,
kidding.
okay, no. Justin is just something. Justin's gonna be MIA for the next couple weeks.
He is a very, very busy man right
Yeah,
now.
just something at work came up, so he's gonna be busy with that for the next few weeks. So he
Yeah.
acts that he's going to need a break because he wants to be here when he's totally focused and ready to go. Don't worry, he's not fired
No, he's not
yet.
fired. Yet, Justin. We have our eyes are on you, buddy. Um, no, but not serious though. So, as most of you who will listen to us on our podcast feed, we record our shows Wednesday nights and then we upload them Thursday to Spotify or Apple Podcast formats. So, if you're getting this, you're going to get this episode of Thanksgiving on Thanksgiving. So, congratulations for you. But there we go. So, anyways, but Bill, our topic is Thanksgiving related. No, right? What's going on?
Yes, it is. You know what? We did this similar a couple years ago, but tonight we're talking about Thanksgiving specials because let's just admit it, Thanksgiving movies are impossible to talk about. You know
Yeah,
why? Because there's barely any of them.
there's like one, maybe two. You know what I mean? So
There's like maybe movies that take place during Thanksgiving.
we did Planes, Trains, and Automobiles too. We could talk about that, but yeah.
Yeah, we
So
did a commentary, and that was a pain in the ass.
yeah, it was like an hour and a half just
Yeah, we're
watching.
doing this pretty
Well,
early tonight because some of us actually have plans to go out and drink tonight.
yeah, Bill is going out. I might be going out too, but we'll see about that. We'll see. So who knows?
So anyway,
But let's get right
um,
into it, shall we? Do you want?
yeah, let's dive right in.
Let's dive right in. Do you want to go first? Would you have any picked any? What's one of your favorite Thanksgiving like memories from a TV show or whatever or a special?
Oh, that is a good one. I'm gonna start off with one of my personal favorites, and I think you guys have heard me talk about this before, and I think it's very underrated. The Hey Arnold Thanksgiving special.
I think you talked about this when we did this a while ago. But yeah, why don't you refresh everyone's memory, Bill? Hold on one second.
Okay, for those of you, I want to just ask you a very honest question, JT.
Yes, what do you got?
Have you ever watched Hey Arnold?
A long time ago. I not for a long time, but I do know what you're talking about.
For
Though.
those of you who don't know, I'm older than JT, so I have more of a memory of this than he does.
Correct.
It's just the God honest truth. But anyway, so it's like Thanksgiving, around Thanksgiving, and we get asked the two main characters in this episode are Arnold and Helga.
Mhm.
Arnold is okay. Arnold is they don't really say what happened to his parents that his parents years ago were in the Amazon delivering medicine to people, but then they just disappeared. Well, if you watch the Hey Arnold Jungle movie or the what should have been the series finale, The Notebook
Mm.
or The Journal, they go more into detail. But anyway, so Arnold's best friend Gerald asked him, "So, what are you doing for Thanksgiving?" And Arnold lives in a boarding house with his grandparents and a bunch of boarders. And Arnold's grandmother is, listen, they say this just straight up for laughs, but they do this just straight up for laughs. But Arnold's grandmother, I think, might have like dementia or Alzheimer's or something.
Mm.
She might have like dementia or Alzheimer's.
Very sad. Very sad.
But they play it up for laughs.
Oh, of course. It's Hey Arnold.
Like they're going like, well, my grandmother thinks it's gets her holidays mixed up, and she thinks Thanksgiving is the 4th of July. So we have to go on the rooftop and barbecue hot dogs, and it is freezing outside. And then we have to launch off fireworks. And then Arnold asked his grandfather, goes, why do we have to do this? Like, can't we just have a normal Thanksgiving? He goes, then we'd be like everyone else, and that's no fun.
Yeah.
And then you got Helga. Now, Helga's situation is a little more worse. For anyone who hasn't seen the show, Helga's parents, they don't have. Okay, Helga has a sister, Olga, who is basically the golden child. And they basically look at Olga as the golden child and they completely ignore Helga. And Helga gets fed up. And when it comes down time for Thanksgiving dinner, they ask Helga, "Oh, so what are you thankful for?" She goes, "I am thankful for absolutely nothing." And then she leaves.
Mm.
And then they run into Arnold. And then they decide to go to their teacher, Mr. Simmons's house for Thanksgiving. And in the beginning of the episode, this was the play they had that was put on by Mr. Simmons's family, Mr. Simmons, and his family looks all perfect, but then when he comes in and then she goes, "Hey, come and join in." His family is that family that you don't want to spend more than 5 minutes with. And that's being too generous, JT.
Oh boy.
Like, listen, you know what? Quick PSA here. We don't get political here on the Super Review Show, but don't please tomorrow. Just enjoy the food, enjoy the football, enjoy your family. Don't get into political fights tomorrow.
Yes.
Please, just don't get into political fights with your relatives tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
And this is an endorsement from the Super Review Show. We don't endorse candidates, but we endorse this.
We endorse peace.
Please, just be kind to your relatives,
It's not that hard to be kind, everyone.
regardless of who they voted for. Just be nice, be polite, be kind.
It's true.
Okay, going back to okay, but anyway, this family is a family you don't want to spend more than 5 minutes with. Like, they're all like, "Well, when are you gonna get a job? Well, your mom's a bitch. Well, you're a dumbass." And they just sit there and fight. And then they send a message that I think is very troublesome. Like, Mr. Simmons is basically crying in the kitchen, and Arnold and Helga go, "Mr. Simmons, are you okay?" He goes, "Aren't they a spirited bunch?"
Hmm.
And he goes, "Oh, yes, I know they're crazy. Go, but those people are special to me, and I love them, and this is something I could do." And listen, I'm sorry, folks. If your family is toxic, if your family is toxic, then cut them off. I'm sorry. You don't have to go through the stress of a holiday to impress your family. Am I right, JT?
You raise a very valid point, my friend.
Please, I'd rather have a small holiday or a holiday alone than dealing with toxic relatives. So please don't enable them because enable them is only going to make them worse.
Yep. Yep.
So,
Yeah.
but then they realize that maybe their situations weren't that bad.
Mm.
And they go back to their families, and yeah, that's the end of the episode. I like
Nice.
this episode. It's very underrated. It's really just fun to watch.
Absolutely.
All right, JT, from what I told you, I don't know if you saw it or not, but what do you think?
I like it. I have not seen it. Because I when Hey Arnold was on, I only watched by a very, very small amount of it. But I do it sounds very interesting. I do like what you've showed me or told me about. So yeah. Very interesting, bud.
So yeah, we're getting started with the Hey Arnold special. All right, J-Man, over to you, my friend.
Well, there I was, minding my own business. Um, for
The year
everyone,
was 1856.
the year was 1832. No, in all seriousness though, I actually one of my favorite Thanksgiving memories of or special or TV moment or whatever or movie moment, whatever, is actually, believe it or not, on the TV show sitcom Seinfeld. I don't remember the name of the episode, but I'm going to say the Seinfeld. It was the Seinfeld episode where they pop Woody Woodpecker.
Yes, I remember that episode.
Like it was like Jerry, like they he they accidentally pop Woody Woodpecker, and in the Thanksgiving Day parade on the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade in New York City, and it is so funny. This episode is actually really, really, really clever and very, very funny, but it's hysterical. When I actually think of Thanksgiving, I might when tomorrow when we're recording this one Wednesday, but when it airs tomorrow, I might actually put on this episode for fun on Netflix because we still have that, and we might actually check it out too. So, but yeah, no, it's a really fun episode. It's one the episode where someone I think it was Kramer. He actually like accidentally bumps a trophy out of a window and it goes and it hits the Woody Woodpecker balloon. You popped Woody Woodpecker, Kramer, and sure enough, it's like no. It's actually really funny. I love this episode of Seinfeld. I mean, Seinfeld's one of my favorite shows of all time to begin with, but it's just so funny. It's a great holiday episode um and just enjoying the holiday season in general. And this was not their Christmas episode. This is their Thanksgiving quote unquote episode, but it was good overall. It's a good a very fun a very fun episode with
I
uh
remember Elaine's boss got so excited over this because it was during the war. Our father wouldn't allow us near the woodpecker. It was a symbol of oppression of the common man.
yeah, exactly. So yeah, that's my one of my actually two or three picks for the night, truthfully, Bill, just to get it out of the way. What do you got next for your pick?
Okay. Next one is an animated show, King of the Hill. And there was an
Okay.
episode where there was an episode when the main characters, Hank, his wife Peggy, and their son Bobby, are going to Montana. Actually, there's a couple of King of the Hill episodes I'd like to talk about, if that's okay.
Sure, what do you got?
The two ones that I think about the most. One is when they're going to when they're going to see his wife Peggy's family in Montana,
Hmm.
and it's just a and there's weather delay on the plane, and Peggy is fighting with her parents, which is just not which is just not good because she's bringing the dessert and Hank's bringing the turkey. And this episode was broadcasted before 9/11. They think the turkey is a bomb
Oh dear God. Okay.
and they blow it up. It is like one of those if Thanksgiving it's like one of those things like if your Thanksgiving couldn't get that bad, it gets worse.
Yikes.
So they're now stranded in whatchamacallit. They're stranded in
Montana?
Texas because they live in Texas.
Oh, Texas. Okay.
They're stranded. They don't know what to do. And a bunch of their friends are there. And then you have a nice ending. They all bring up like airport snacks and they have their Thanksgiving dinner there. And they have their Thanksgiving dinner there
Okay.
of airport snacks because it shows sometimes it's not about what's on your table, but who's around your table.
Hmm, true.
And the other one, because there's four of them, but I'm only going to talk about this one and another one. It's called Pretty Darn Angry Men. Okay, JT, I'm slightly cheating.
Go ahead.
This is a Thanksgiving/Black Friday episode.
Oh, how about that?
Well, it starts on Thanksgiving, but it ends on Black Friday. So here's what happens. It's Thanksgiving Day. Hank has his little context. Hank's parents are divorced. Hank's parents are divorced.
Okay.
And Hank's father, Cotton, I'm just going to straight up not lie to you. He's a terrible person.
Oh, geez. All right.
His parents divorced when he was young, and his father got remarried to get this a woman that Hank went to kindergarten with.
Yeah.
That's not creepy at all, is it?
No, that is creepy. Well, go on.
That was sarcasm.
Yeah.
But anyway, Hank, so Hank, so this Thanksgiving, Hank's mom is coming over. And it's only gonna be Hank, mom, it's gonna be Hank, his family, his mom, and their neighbor Bill.
Hmm.
Because Bill in the store really has no family,
Yeah.
but we don't have time to get into all that.
No. Yeah.
Um,
It's all right.
but anyway, so they're just standing there and they're saying, "Oh, fine, I have a quiet Thanksgiving. My dad's not going to be here." And his dad pulls up with his stepmom. And listen, neither JT or myself have ever experienced living with divorced parents.
Yep. Correct.
But I have friends whose parents are divorced, and there's a spectrum. And that spectrum is those who, okay, our marriage didn't work out, but we're still very good friends. And then there's the, okay, we have our differences, but we put them aside for the kids.
Mm,
And then there are the divorced parents who just absolutely can't stand each other.
right.
Hank's parents fall into that category.
Mm-hmm.
So she goes, but mom, goes, Dad, you're not supposed to be here till Christmas. Mom's here. Going, wait, your mom's here? Why didn't you say so? She can go eat in the yard. So they're sitting there talking about how Hank how his mom is just saying, "Oh my God, your food is terrible." And she goes, "You know why she's bad at cooking, boy? Because she's bad in bed."
Oof.
And Hank's mother, rightfully so, is mad at Hank because Hank doesn't stand up for her.
Oh
Which
boy.
and then the next day, it's Black Friday, and they go to the mall to do holiday shopping, which is basically the 11th circle of hell.
Yeah.
Do people still go out shopping on Black Friday?
A lot of people do.
Well, because today everything is online, so
Right. Well, I think people still do. No.
yeah, God bless. But anyway, they decide. So Hank and the gang and his friends are a part of a focus group for a lawnmower. Yeah, it's just as boring as it sounds, people. But then Hank's father gets involved, and they show the mower, and they don't like it, and they keep getting into fights. And Hank's father keeps saying, "Yeah, the mower is just as bad as Hank's mom."
Oh man.
Like, this is a grown ass adult. Like, this is something that a high school kid would say.
Yeah.
And then, when they find out that the lawnmower is crap, and Hank's father just goes into this giant tirade about how he's got a new pretty wife and his life is great. And Hank's mom thinks she's going to the bathroom. She walks into a door behind a screen and sees Hank's father ranting.
Mm.
And then goes, "Oh no, he's doing it again, and this time in public." And Hank finally stands up for his mom and is like, "Okay, Dad, that's enough. Go. Oh, don't you talk to me like that, boy. I'll tell you when you had enough." And he goes, "You know what? My mom," goes on about how his mom is wonderful. And if you ever speak about her like that again, you are no longer welcome in my house. And Hank's mother just sits and goes, "Amen." No. And then the episode ends very nicely with her goes, "Hey son, how'd you do on your shopping?" Going, "Not too good. Is there anything you want for Christmas?" Mom goes, "I got my gift." Okay, it's again a Thanksgiving Black Friday episode, but I really again it brings back to that toxic family thing.
Hmm.
Stand up for your family, will you?
Exactly.
Stand up for your family. Okay. JT, what do you got?
Well, I told you guys from the get go, this is kind of like going to be a really short episode for us, for me at least, too, because like we didn't scramble last minute for this topic. But I will say though that it's hard to pick a Thanksgiving themed anything because there's just not much material out there for it. But what I will say though, this is my last pick for the night. I don't know what you got. It's up to you.
I got a few more. I got like two more.
Okay, so I'll go and then you can share your two. So it's been a tradition of mine for a long time where the and actually they said it's going to be on. No, they said Rudolph's going to be on NBC this year, not CBS. Sorry, not Rudolph, but I was. You can't. This is just a tradition with me. I've always been a I've always been a big fan of Charlie Brown, but the Charlie Brown Thanksgiving episode is an all-time classic. Of Even if you're a grown adult in the age of like 45 or older, you have to admit there's so much charm in the Charlie Brown Thanksgiving special. There just is. Am I wrong?
No, you are not wrong, my friend.
And like, let's be real. Charlie Brown is still to this day one of the most beloved IP properties out there in Hollywood. I mean, there's so much charm about him. There's so much charm about like Snoopy and Linus, Lucy, the whole gang, and everyone, and Pepper and Patty and stuff. The, this is just a great episode of the Peanuts and Charlie Brown in general. I love it. Every Thanksgiving, I try to make a tradition about watching it on my own time too, like just to, just to celebrate the community of Thanksgiving, to celebrate the people I love and care about together. This is just an all around great, great, great episode. And let's be real. Peppermint Patty's like, "Where's the stuff? Where's the mashed potatoes? Where's the turkey?" And Charlie Brown makes like a sandwich with popcorn and pretzels and jelly beans. It's actually really funny, but I love it, and I just complete on a personal note, I can relate to Charlie Brown as a character in general. The dude he has a lot of trouble. He's got a good heart, but he just has so much trouble. I feel like Charlie Brown is me in another life. I'm going to be totally honest with you, Bill. I really,
Really?
I do, I do. I'll explain I'll explain that to Bill later. But basically, it's like my life. On a complete side note, is a combination of George Costanza from Seinfeld, Dr. Fraser Crane, Charlie Brown, and Elvis Presley slash Johnny Bravo, all in one person. You want to get to know me? That's the truth. I'm a combination of all those people put together in one person. That's my life story at the moment, and Charlie Brown is one of them for sure. I love Charlie Brown. Always have, always will. The Peanuts gang. If I mean, I'm single. I don't have a family. But one day, if I ever have a family, Bill, and I have a wife and kids, I will gladly show them the Charlie Brown Thanksgiving special, without a doubt.
Oh, absolutely.
It's a true classic amongst American television. So there you go. Yeah. What are your last two, bud? What do you got?
Yeah. Well, maybe even three. I'm sorry. I just keep banging them out. But I'm gonna bang them out quick here.
Bang out those.
'Cause I'm
Bang out.
starving. I gotta go eat dinner soon. So
Yes. Go
anyway,
ahead.
what was that?
Go ahead. What do you got?
Okay. Are you familiar with Reba McEntire by any chance?
I've heard the name. What is it again?
She used to have a show. She used to have a show called Reba
Oh, yes. Yes, I'm familiar with her. Yeah.
in like the 90s and 2000s. And you know what? All right, there's a story behind this. Okay, just a quick synopsis of the series, real quick.
Go ahead.
The series starts that Reba's husband, who is a dentist, and her getting divorced and they've been married for 20 years and have three kids, but they're getting divorced because Reba's dentist husband had an affair his dental assistant, with his dental hygienist, and got her pregnant. And now Brock and Barbara Jean are living right next. Brock's the ex-husband, Barbara Jean's Brock's wife. They are living right next to Reba and her family. And this is like the family that you would look and say, what the hell is wrong with this family? Because Reba's daughter, and this is all in the first episode, Reba's daughter gets pregnant from her high school boyfriend. And so now they have a kid together. But now getting to Thanksgiving, Reba is fighting that she wants to have Thanksgiving, but everyone else thinks, hey, let's let Barbara Jean have Thanksgiving and let's all be together. I go, no, hell no. I always do Thanksgiving. The classic, this person hosts Thanksgiving. Now this person wants to host it, that classic thing. So they have decided. So they had this. But they end up conceding to Barbara Jean and having Thanksgiving. And Reba finds things to poke at. And then comes the big thing. The big and then comes the big thing, and that big thing is that they end up going to play football, and Barbara Jean is left alone. And when they come home, Barbara Jean is missing, and then Reba finds her, and Barbara Jean's depressed. And Barbara Jean thinks this because you always host Thanksgiving, and I wanted to host it to be special. And I think, get this, you guys leaving is basically my punishment for ruining your family. And Reba reconciles with her and says, no, it's not. Saying, listen, I'm the turkey, you're the gravy. I have a bigger part, but your part is just as important. Which I think is a nice way to put it.
Yeah.
And then they end up having a big Thanksgiving dinner together. And and then and okay, another one is okay, even though this is a show I'm not a big fan of in recent years, Full House. And
Go on.
this is on the very first season. It's kind of a bittersweet episode because if anybody knows the show, Danny Tanner, played by the late Bob Saget, rest in peace,
Yeah.
is raising his three daughters with the help of his brother-in-law, Jesse, played by John Stamos, because his wife, his sister, John Stamos' sister, was killed in a car accident, and raising with his best friend Joey, played by Dave Coulier, which, by the way, big shout out to Dave Coulier, wishing you a speedy recovery. For those of you who don't realize, Dave Coulier was recently diagnosed with cancer,
Oh God.
and we just wish you the best.
Yeah, we do.
We wish you well. So, but in this episode, Danny's mother was supposed to fly in, but because of a snowstorm, she couldn't make it. And this being worse, that this is the girls' first Thanksgiving without their mom.
Oh wow.
And listen, to anyone out there who's lost a loved one, the first holiday, regardless of whether it's Christmas, Thanksgiving, Easter, that first holiday without them is the hardest.
Yep.
And and at first they say, hey, let's just go out, but then no, let's actually do a Thanksgiving dinner. Like, they do the recipe for the turkey, and the turkey is frozen. Again, it's one of those everything goes absolutely wrong type episodes.
Yep. There's been a lot of those, but this is one of them.
And then what happened? And then a lot of shit happens. A lot of shit happens, actually. Um, they had her thanks. They had their mom's Thanksgiving pumpkin pie, and it falls off, and then that's destroyed.
Mm-hmm.
And then two random people who are trying to get directions to their uncle's house has a turkey, and they're trying to take the turkey. But then in 80s sitcom fashion, they Oh yeah, and the turkey that's like cold, they ended up burning it to a crisp.
Oh, jeez.
But everything gets reconciled, and then they have a happy Thanksgiving dinner. So yeah, this is just one of those Thanksgiving goes wrong episodes.
Nice.
We've
Well,
all we've all we've all been there.
not nice, but true. Yes. So,
Okay. And the last one, you have any more or
no, it's all you, bud. Go ahead.
okay, the last one, and I talked about the Hey Arnold one. We'll talk about the Rugrats Thanksgiving episode. Okay. And this one is it's Thanksgiving Day at the Rugrats house, and the dads are fighting over what football game to watch, and the other parents are fighting over what to do with the turkey. And Grandpa has won a turkey, and they bring it to the house, and it turns out this turkey, guess what?
What?
It's alive!
Oh, my word.
And then hijinks ensues. Who doesn't like good old fashioned hijinks? And Tommy and the gang, after hearing the story about the first Thanksgiving, they want to invite the turkey to Thanksgiving dinner. But Tommy's cousin Angelica, who is basically a total bitch. Yeah, I'm saying this about a fictional 4-year-old.
Right.
And they're saying, oh, he's not here to be a guest. He's here to be dinner.
Oh,
And
boy.
again, she says, hey, here's what you got to do. Take part in my Thanksgiving parade, and we'll tell the adults. And then meanwhile, the adults, they go out to get trying to get a turkey on Thanksgiving Day at a grocery store is like a death wish.
Yes.
So if any of you dumbasses didn't get your turkey, don't go run out to the store tomorrow. It's basically going to be the Hunger Games.
Yeah. Do it the Wednesday or Tuesday beforehand.
Tomorrow's going to be the Hunger Games.
Literally.
So please don't do that. Don't be an idiot. Don't be a dumbass.
Yeah. Just don't be an idiot. Great life advice.
And and then after everything goes south, they find the turkey and they're ready to kill him. And then Tommy's mom, Dee Dee, is actually the voice of reason, saying, you know what? We forgot what the real meaning of Thanksgiving is. It's about being with our family and friends. We've all been fighting over all day on what to eat and what to watch. We forgot what Thanksgiving really means.
Mhm.
And it's funny, the adults are acting like children, and the children are actually being the adults.
How ironic.
The children know what the meaning of Thanksgiving is. So then they don't kill the turkey and they end up having cereal for Thanksgiving dinner.
Oh,
Which, okay, sucks. But again, it's that story. It's not about what's on your table, it's about who's around it.
right.
And I think that's a very good message for kids.
I agree.
Okay, I think I'm done. You?
I'm good too. Are we all set, bud?
Yeah, in the immortal words of our friend Vinny's favorite band, Imagine Dragons,
There's
there's
nothing
nothing left
left
to
to
say
say.
now.
Yes. We want to thank you for watching, listening, however you enjoyed us tonight. Thanks so much for tuning into our podcast. As always, happy Thanksgiving, of course. By the time this is uploaded, it'll be Thursday. It'll be Thanksgiving stuff. So please, hopefully you enjoyed your day, enjoyed your turkey or your mashed potatoes or your stuffing. Make sure you go into play some, watch the Charlie Brown special, watch Rugrats, whatever you're going to doing. Have a great time.
Or if you really hate yourself, tomorrow you're going to watch the Giants play the Cowboys if you really hate yourself.
Yes, unfortunately, and Bill and I have to talk about that after the fact. But yeah, go Big Blue. There's
And
no
we
hope.
wish Daniel Jones all the best in his endeavors in Minnesota. We wish you all the best.
Yes, as Bill is a huge Giants fan. I'm not a big football fan myself, but I'm definitely
I think they can tell by the big poster behind me, JT.
yes, if you watch our show live, Bill has a giant Rangers, Yankees, and Giants poster right behind him
The
as we
Holy
do
Trinity.
of New York sports. Sorry, Mets fans. Just kidding. Anyways,
And Islander fans and Jet fans, we're sorry.
exactly. But thanks so much for tuning into our show as always. We want to thank you for watching, listening. Bill, you have a sports thing tomorrow or no?
Sports Insanity Podcast. Check us out. We're on all platforms. We pre-recorded our Thursday night gridiron yesterday
Bravo.
because tomorrow we're all going to be with our families.
Yes.
So we pre-recorded our Thursday night gridiron last night. So it will be released sometime tomorrow morning.
Awesome. And
So
you can check that out on the Sports Insanity Network there on YouTube and streaming podcast formats all around the world. Check them out.
yeah, check us out, folks.
Yes. But thank you so much for watching and listening. So for all of us here at the Super Review Show, stay safe, take care,
Take
and
care. And
have a
happy Thanksgiving.
happy Thanksgiving.